What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a nice little Friday Brass Tacks hangout. Waiting for Adam to give me a call. He's going to join me, and we're just going to kind of hang out, keep it comfy, you know. Keep things nice and light, given that the world is in chaos right now. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Hope you're staying away from one another, but still, you know, venture out for the essentials. Don't be afraid to do any of that, you know. Can't live that hermit life for too long, or else otherwise the prospect of putting a gun in your mouth seems more and more feasible as each day goes on. It's interesting to see how this is all playing out before us, but... And I do believe we have Mr. Adam with us. What's up, dude?
Here, dude.
Fucking, I think we're getting, I'm like looking at my frame rate right now on OBS. It's just like, it's so obvious I'm using a computer from a decade ago.
Yeah. A little bit, there was a little bit of feedback for a second there. Like a staticky feedback.
Yeah.
When you spoke, but then it cleared up, so I hear you fine.
Oh, cool. Well, that's a good piece of news right there. Holy shit,
Fresh,
dude.
Yeah. Fresh, dude. It's right off the presses, dude, you know.
Fresh as our return, baby. Is it raining yet, or is it just still black as night up there?
No, it got really fucking dark.
Oh, nice. It's still like kind of sunny down here. Like right now, guys, we're in Colorado. Adam's up in the mountains, and there's a fucking nice storm rolling in right now, but I'm kind of like in the plains, like at the bottom of the mountains, and we're expecting some inclement weather, so I'm pretty pumped.
What we call a flat.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you call me?
You're a flatlander.
Oh, a flatlander.
Yeah.
It cut out at the end. I thought you were calling me another kind of flat something. I was like, I've been called a lot of things, but a flat earther is not one of them.
Oh.
A Renaissance man, a man of means. That's more appropriate. Do you concur?
I concur.
Are you just fucking sitting there in silence again?
No. What? Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Sound like you were just leaving me hanging.
No, I mean, you're a flatlander. That's what, yeah, we talk down to you people.
I mean...
I had to run into this fucking flatlander,
Shut up.
down there.
I hope somebody just fucking sieges you in the middle of the night, takes your property.
Yeah, I gotta listen to some person living on these fucking plains. Plains dweller?
Dude, Adam...
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Shut the fuck up, Adam. Adam finds any little thing that he can to belittle you for. It's everything. Literally like 10, 15 minutes ago, we were just talking before the stream and everything, having a cigarette, and I'm mentioning that, like, I forgot what book we were talking about, but I remember, oh yeah, it was the Wu-Tang book. I said something about reading the Wu-Tang book. Adam goes, ugh, I don't read books. Like it's some kind of fucking personality flaw. The hell's wrong with you?
I just don't read books. What?
It's obvious.
Even if it's not obvious, but even if we do an audio, like I listen to an audio book, it's like, all right, I can kind of listen to it. Like I have a bunch of audio books, but at this point, this is the next move. You take away, you don't need to, it's not important. Oh,
I don't know about all that.
There's going to be some nostalgia in the fact that it's a fucking tangible book. I get it. Oh, but it's like the same people that were trying to hold on to, horse and buggy.
I don't think that's you can't draw that congruency at all. That's so not even.
Certainly can.
There's more to reading a book than just taking in the information. There's like the whole thing where there's a certain amount of focus. You have to like actually concentrate. You get more of the story when you're involved in reading it word for word. An audiobook works and everything like that, but I don't know. I mean, you can have some asshole with just like a scathing, like kind of horrible voice, and it just throws the whole fucking book off. I don't trust the audiobooks. I will say, however, the only audiobooks I personally truly enjoy are like some of the Star Wars audiobooks because they involve a lot of sound effects and shit like that. But
Yeah, no.
you wouldn't
the
know
only
nothing
books,
about that neither.
No, the only books I read are textbooks. I'll read
Religious texts.
no,
Adam's a fundamentalist.
no. Like if it's like I have a collection of books, but they're all like I'm looking back right now.
They're all in a
textbooks.
password protected hard drive.
No, well, no, these are not digital books. Um,
You just don't take you fucking literal ass. You're a literal ass, dude. Fucking just pull apart every little thing, you asshole.
no, I'm not. It's not even. No, I had to be literal.
Literal Adam over here. Your voice cut out a little bit at the end there. You there? Hello? Did we lose Adam? I'm telling you, it's because he steals his internet. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think you just cut out a little bit.
Dog, it's hailing out right now.
Oh, well, that's probably why, dude. It's beating that fucking satellite dish you steal the internet with. So I'm getting a spotty connection.
Not a satellite dish. It's a microwave line of sight connection.
It's a satellite, and you are stealing the internet, and I'm going to report your ass.
It's not a satellite. It's a microwave direct connect, like line of sight, meaning
prove it.
Not pointed towards a satellite. A satellite would be worse. We would never be able to talk if I had satellite.
No, but that tumor on your spine would grow faster, and I'd be that much closer to hitting the road solo.
Han Solo, yeah. But no, it just broke out, dude. It's hailing like crazy, dude.
Haley Joel Osment outside? Never mind, I'm sorry. Fuck me, dude. Those dry runs with the belt are going to become very real soon enough, man. I'm telling you.
I mean, still got some jokes.
I kind of feel like a turkey for naming this stream the Friday night hangout because, like, I still haven't adjusted to the fact that, you know, it's beginning to not get dark until like closer to 9.
I'll be real with you. This is Friday night for me.
Well, yeah, but you have the schedule of a fucking like AIDS patient. You have like a Chihuahua's energy.
I
you
would
like
say
Adam.
I have the schedule of a senior citizen, probably. Yes.
Adam he exerts energy in small bursts and then he sleeps the rest of the day because he's too tired to, you know, do things like read books or just be a decent human being.
No, people don't have time to read books, first of all.
Well, yeah, not when they're like you. You're running around being a sex offender all day.
No one has time to read books.
I'm surprised anyone has time to be a sex offender anymore.
Mark Norman had some good jokes with that new special.
Yes, he did.
Sex offenders.
Yes, he did. I saw some people. Some people in the comments giving him grief about most of the jokes he told being from like a lot of his fucking those clips that he puts out on Instagram. Why couldn't I get that out? The edibles are really doing me a favor this time. I like how they always seem to hit right when I'm like hitting a stride in my path of thought. Pisses me off.
yeah, I noticed.
You know, it's just like a real fucking mental block there. What's up, Rabbi Red Eye? How's it going, dude? And yes, I agree. Fuck daylight savings time. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day, man.
Benjamin Franklin, dude.
Shut up.
Well, he invented daylight savings time. Look it up. We know this. We've talked about it before. Benjamin Franklin.
He was having that straight up nasty orgy shit too, man. You know, he was just getting
shit on Benjamin Franklin. Yeah,
dude,
he did daylight savings time, but he was fucking doing orgies and shit.
But could you imagine the pussy and the ass like at that time frame? Like that's just the grossest shit ever. Nobody. They were taking air baths and they're out here rolling around fucking.
Well, you say air baths. He invented air baths. Look it up.
Adam's all about Benjamin Franklin.
Great guy, dude.
Adam named his animals after dead presidents.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you plan on doing any still living?
No. Probably not. No. Definitely not. No.
It's like, hey, this is Franklin, this is Ben, this is Theodore, and then you have Dole.
Yeah.
Get a ferret,
Bob,
name him Bob Dole.
is Bob Dole still alive?
Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You might be speaking out of pocket right there.
Well, I think I am speaking out of pocket. It's not like, I mean, that's the thing. I give you shit for not reading and stuff like that. But to be honest, man, I'm not the most learned man on the planet either. But I think, it creates a certain, ignorance when used strategically. It can be charming, or at least that's what I've been telling myself over the years. Whatever keeps the gun out of your mouth. That's what I say.
Well, you are correct. He is still alive. You know how old this mug is, dude?
73.
96.
96?
Yes.
Oh my God, that dude fucking. Could you imagine? Who wants to be alive like that? Like, you can't be functional at that age, right? Like, you're just basically just coffin stuffing. You're just waiting to be transferred.
Yeah, I mean, July 22nd, 1923.
Jesus Christ.
That's a long ass run as a mug, dude.
You old bag of bones. Get off the planet already. What are you doing? I mean, if I was that old, I mean, granted, there are some outliers like where they reach a certain advanced age. And I know I'm really sounding terrible when I say this, but like, I mean the same for myself when I say this. If I ever get to the age where, like, if I do make it to my 90s, if I'm not like living a certain quality of life, I'm probably going to find a building to like walk off of or something like that. I'm going to find a way to like, or I'll start drinking again. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, but you're going to crest before you even know it.
I'm going to peak.
That's the problem. You're going to crest before you even know it.
I think I already peaked. I peaked years ago.
Like, I'm going to ride this out for a little bit longer. And then too late. You're just oblivious of everything. So
yeah, that's a good point too, because it could just be like overnight. You just get hit with that dementia.
Yeah, he does not look good right now. But I mean, you look good for being in your 90s, right? So
I mean, you kind of have to. If you were a president, your door, or I guess like the doors kind of open up for you in terms of healthcare. I mean, even just any type of politician at a certain level is given just this grandiose treatment, undeserving of most of them. Like, it's like fucking like Cheney. I wonder who got fucked out of that heart. You know what I mean? I wonder who actually could have put that heart to good use and who got fucked out of it in the long run.
Oh, dude, kids that are 12 years old.
Ones that are too old for you.
No, but I'm saying you probably stepped over some children, some cheering.
Some cheering? He definitely did. He stepped over some cheering. He stepped over some relatives, a lot of loved ones, just so this hateful turd sucker could like just eke out a few more years. But I mean, he's still kicking. Who knows? I mean,
I'm looking at some photos of him recently. It's like it's not looking too good. But I mean, like I said, that's a good run, dude.
Yeah, I mean, 90 something, that's not bad at all. And he's still kicking. I'd be interested to know if he's like, if he has any wherewithal, or if he's just straight filling his slacks with shit every day, just split pea soup, liquid shits.
It's not.
Knocking on death's door shits.
There's people doing that in their.
I'm telling you right now, dude, the death's door shits are the worst. When I worked in the hospital, you see a lot of that. And it's true what they say, dog. Like, as soon as you kick out of this world, dude, you void everything.
You get the last laugh.
Get the last shit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it kind of is just, a big fuck you to everyone around you, everyone involved. You just leave them with a big fucking pile of shit and a dead guy.
Yeah, someone's going to have to clean that up.
A natural comedy. If you're enjoying the stream, everyone, please give us a like. It helps us a lot. We're still very new to this, and
Can I
appreciate
not
it.
see the stream or?
I think I can share it with you. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me see here. Yeah, here you go. Rabbi Red Eye looking at photos of Dick. Yeah, he's an uncomfortable man to look at. Not unlike Adam, but like Dick Cheney takes it to a whole new level. Dick Cheney he doesn't look uncomfortable as much as he looks just seethingly evil. When you
Yeah, he looks. He's. It's like he's conspiring at all.
No, he really does.
Fucks.
What was that last part? You cut out a little bit.
How to fuck someone over, dude?
Oh yeah.
This rain's coming your way. You better watch it.
I know, it got super dark in my room all of a sudden. I was like, fuck yeah. I'm gonna have to crack the window open a little bit once it starts. The only problem though is like the way that my window, like the direction my window's facing in, if it rains super hard and like the wind kicks up a little bit, it basically blows water in right over where my Xbox is, so I gotta be really careful. I can't. I just got over my my suspension. I haven't even played yet since my suspension, so I got to be a good boy now.
I agree, dude, because I'm excited to unlock that akimbo.
Yeah.
Dude, we have to see that through. I got to get the akimbo unlocked on those 357 revolvers.
Yeah, I purposely...
She's dead!
I purposely like don't play it throughout the week because I know that like it's all leading up. It's kind of like when you don't jack it for a few days and it's just all leading up to this one big like I guess you would call it a finale, where you get a little bit more than you usually do out. It's kind of like that with Call of Duty and like Warzone and shit for me. I like to not play it for like 3-4 days until you have a couple days off, I have a couple days off, and then we just fucking binge it.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I got to get that now. Like, I'm pretty close to unlocking that akimbo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get the snake shot. Once I get that snake shot, dude, that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's going to be a bunch of scumbag victories as usual.
Well, yeah, but
I don't like that. Did I tell you what they did? They fucking fixed that thing where like, how I used to do like really scumbag shit and I would, when we're in Battle Royale, I would just wait while we're parachuting in. I just wouldn't cut my parachute and I would just kind of wait for people to die off until I actually drop in. Mm-hmm. Now, if you try to do that, it just kills you up in the air automatically and you got to go to the gulag. Or if you already did the gulag, then you just shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Fucking
dude.
Yeah, and fucking GTA, dude. So, like I was saying, I just got off my suspension and I did play for like an hour last night, but I quickly got off because fucking GTA, like, I like to get on there and just grief the shit out of people. Like, sometimes it's just fun to do that. We all enjoy...
You're a griefer.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is at least I admit certain things about myself, and that's one of them. I enjoy getting on video games sometimes and just fucking trolling. Everyone on planet Earth enjoys trolling sometimes.
No.
What?
There's two types. There's griefers, and there's grinders, dude.
Shut up, dude. Yeah. Shut up with your griefers and grinders.
Not to be confused with the application.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
There's griefers who want to just be Joker-like. And then there's grinders who want to, like, look, when we play like the Star Wars thing of Roblox.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm griefing.
You're just griefing. And what am I doing? I'm grinding, dude.
That's because you're an autistic asshole, dude. You're not, you get onto these video games and it's like the clear objective is when you're playing Roblox, you're not playing Roblox to be serious. You're playing Roblox because there's a bunch of very triggerable people in there and you can just fuck with them. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's like these stupid little games and you can just do small little crap to become an annoyance. Kind of the same thing. You actively play those games like there's a serious objective to them.
There is, to get all that money and unlock all the stuff.
You're embarrassing to be seen with in the internet. Across the internet, you're embarrassing to be seen with. Because I'm over here, I'm trying to fuck with people and give myself a cheap laugh. And then Adam's over here seriously playing the game. Oh, I gotta get the next fucking dropper. I gotta make sure I got the wall so that people don't come in and steal my fucking weapons. And
yeah, dude, you gotta get all the good droppers and stuff.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. What you need to do is get your shotgun out and fucking give yourself a haircut with it.
Nah.
Bag of piss.
Just saying, that's the two types of people. You're a griefer, dude.
I'm not. No, don't relegate me to just being a griefer. Yes, I grief a lot. Griefer's gonna grief straight up, and I'll admit it. But that's just not. That doesn't define me as a man. That doesn't define me in the long run in the game of life.
You've been defined.
Shut up. You just shut up. How about that?
It's in stone.
Yeah.
grief.
Fucking Sorcerer's Stone. Oh wait, you don't read books. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Shut up. Oh, dude. Speaking of Harry Potter, though, so growing up, Skylar's dad used to listen to Harry Potter audiobooks like they were going out of style, dude. Every time we got in the car, and this is like dude was listening to them in cassettes. So he had these giant, like, kind of, they resembled plastic VHS cases, if you remember those. But it just held a shitload of cassette tapes, and he had one of those, and it was full of like all of the Harry Potter books up to that point. And I mean, dude, it got to the point where, like, at first it was funny, but like a couple years went by and the behavior didn't change. So I started to worry a little bit, but people get sucked into that shit, man. People get sucked into franchises very easily. Do they? Are you talking or are you fucking walking? What's going on here? I think I might have lost Adam. You gotta fucking hate technology sometimes. I'm over here like, I just ordered a new computer, so this isn't gonna be a constant thing. And
Are you here?
yeah, I'm starting to hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What the fuck is going on? I've been talking for the past 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. It cut out. I mean, there's inclement weather. There could be a number of different things going on. It could be the fact that I'm using a fucking Mac Mini from 2012. There could be all kinds of shit going on. Wizardry. There's wizardry afoot.
No, there's definitely some
Wizardry.
yeah. But, you know.
Want me to show you my wand? My wand?
Yeah, I was
Huh?
nothing.
You know what I'm gonna do though? I think this coming Christmas, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order you a king cobra wand.
No, dude, I need like. No, I guess I don't want to.
I know you don't want a wand, but that's the point. Is that this is a very special gift, you know, made by a very special and powerful man.
I don't know if that's necessarily true either.
He's a force of nature, dude. And he's very strong when it comes to the powers of wizardry.
I guess, man, but who's got time for wizardry, dude?
He does. He does. That's why he makes the wands. That's why I'm going to buy you one. And I want it displayed prominently on your mantle so that whenever I come over, I can see it.
Get me a wand. It'll end up being accidentally burnt next winter.
Along with the cross in your front yard.
No.
You seething racist.
You can't have fires outside, dude. That's like we're on a fire ban pretty much outside.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we're in the mountains. We have it so hard up here. Adam's still fucking acting like he's living the life of a coal miner.
Yeah, high elevation. You know.
Should take advantage of that and fucking jump.
Okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm just telling you, find a cliff and take a short walk off of it. You fuck boy.
She's dead.
Or he's dead. I don't know how you're identifying yourself these days.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air, right?
No. Well, what's the air? Think about it.
Shut up. God, I hate you sometimes, dude. Yo, did you see that fucking Brazilian UFO crash footage and shit?
No.
Dude, somebody like uploaded this fucking compilation video on YouTube that was basically it was a bunch of individual eyewitnesses that were taking cell phone pictures and footage of what's being called UFO crash site and then also just UFO sightings around Brazil. But it's a pretty fucking weird video, and I found it as we were kind of talking, getting the stream ready, and I love shit like this because it just causes people to go ape shit online, and I love watching the comments and seeing how they just devolve into name calling and all this other shit.
Where do I find it? Brazilian UFO?
Here, I'll share my or actually I'm already sharing my screen with you, so I'm just gonna switch it over to the video. And actually, I'm going to do that on OBS too, so that everyone watching can see it. I'm sure. Like most times, I'm a little late to the party. I'm sure a bunch of people have already seen this, but let's see what's going on here. There we go. You can see it, Adam?
Helicóptero continua indo, ó,
Okay.
lá pro lado da Embel, da Fábrica da Estrela, que eu fui lá ontem. Tô postando tudo no Instagram.
There is some random shit in throughout here too. The real freaky shit is like kind of halfway through.
Tá toda hora sobrevoando aqui, tá estranho.
That's a fucking flying saucer. So this is supposedly where it crashed or whatever. And then there was like loud bangs afterwards. I haven't really read super far into this yet. I kind of just discovered it, so I wanted to share it with you. This is the weird shit. That right there.
That looks the least weirdest.
But isn't that freaky looking? Just like...
No, that looks very man-made.
I really do hope it's like a really elaborate troll. Like all these different profiles popping up are just the same dude. Jesus Christ with the sirens. Dude, fuck those sirens. And then this is like, this kind of looks like what was going on in that other video, but like, these things are just moving all weird. What's really bad is like, this little trails that these little lights leave as they're moving and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of like when I jack it in the shower and I'm trying to rinse it down and it kind of clings to the sides of the tub and stuff.
Ela como se ela viesse. Como ela viesse. Como ela viesse.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm just going to mute that because like, it's just really fucked up audio and those sirens are horrendous. What were you saying?
They're not moving super fast.
Well, I mean, relative to the distance that they're being captured at, I don't really know how to interpret that speed at that distance, you know? I ain't no physicist.
Yeah, speedologist.
You're a speedologist. Fucking tight.
This is fucking bunk, dude.
Think so? You're calling it baloney?
Complete baloney.
I hope they fucking invade your home tonight. I hope aliens are real and they fucking take your ass away. Yeah, I guess this is pretty much the long and short of it.
I got it. There's some lights.
Do you got it?
Yada, yada. Why don't they come out during the day?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Why aren't those intricate fucking light things? If they were aliens, they could come during the day too. It's all during the night.
Well, how do you know they don't?
Really, it's just a bunch of fucking lights. It's bunk.
How do you know they don't, man? What if they don't need the lights in the daytime?
Then you just see them.
No, you don't, man. Alien cloaking technology.
No. What? They can't cloak at night? They can cloak during the day? They can't cloak at night?
It's fucking Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones up in the clouds driving around being buttholes.
Yeah, come on.
No, I just, as all things, like, I expected you to be skeptic of it just as I am. And, like, what I truly hope it is, because it's causing such a stir and people are talking about it and shit like that. And, that, like, all these separate accounts are posting these videos and shit. I really hope it's an elaborate troll because I just really fucking enjoy shit like that. That being said, it's not like I don't want there to be aliens.
I'm not even saying I don't. I'd love it'd be so great. Well,
it depends on the.
Would it be great? Most likely, maybe not.
Yeah, it depends. It really depends on a lot of things because for a species to be capable of like interstellar travel, I feel like their society as a whole would had to have evolved in a certain way, and I don't know if
are they just trying to hang out at that point? No.
Well, you don't know. That's the thing. Is like we can ask these questions, but that's
What
the
do
thing.
you
You
mean
can't.
don't know?
You can't make that statement. You can't make the statement of like, oh, they're not
Okay.
here to hang out. You don't know.
If we're going to, what if we're like, oh, we gotta fucking find some other place? Are we gonna say, oh, let's just go find other fucking civilizations and see what they're about, and then go back? It's gonna take me another fucking 10,000 years or something.
Who fucking knows? I mean, dude, Rabbi Red Eye has a good point too. It could be true, and it could be an excuse to spend more on war. Because there has been, I mean, there's been a lot of speculation amongst. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
That's always gonna be the case.
Right. But there's also been like a ton of speculation amongst like the conspiracy community that like we're really close to disclosure, but it's going to be sort of like a psyop. It's going to be like a manufactured disclosure. Or I guess first contact, rather. It's going to be government, or it's going to be man-made.
Yeah. I mean, if you look through the orders of operation as far as like what you should logically look to, it's more likely that all of those sightings are, secret projects from governments and things like that.
Right. That's always what I tend to believe more.
That's if it's extremely convincing. If it's not convincing, like that video you showed me,
Right.
that's some just bunk shit. But like, yeah, it's that order of operations, and yeah, then aliens can be a part of that, but it's very long down the list because just what we know, and maybe we don't know very much, right? But
Yeah.
that's a good point. I mean, the military industrial complex is corny, but it's a problem.
No, it is, and it's just snowballing. That's another issue too.
It's like we just can't spend enough.
Right.
Let's not worry about our roads in our actual country, our infrastructure, our telephone lines, our
Healthcare,
internet,
education, all these things lacking.
education. Yeah, exactly. Let's put all those aside and let's just fucking dump. We spend more than the next 10 countries combined on our defense spend.
Right. Yeah, how do you even approach fixing something like that or beginning to fix something like that? Like, where the fuck do you start?
You start at the fact that, you need reform in the sense that you have to get money out of politics. And that can never happen.
Yeah.
Money was already in politics.
Well,
So
yeah.
the most difficult part. You cannot have money influence. You cannot say a corporation is also considered a human being.
Exactly. That was bullshit from the get-go.
So donations can come through them at certain, you cannot have, there should be no K Street in DC. There shouldn't be, these lobbyist groups. If you remove those,
how the fuck are super PACs fair?
Well, that's my point. Like all of that stuff needs to be removed. And there needs to just be like a straight up, okay, there's a bunch of candidates, they get enough signatures or whatever, and then they all have an equal amount of time to say what they need to say, equal budget.
Say what you need to say.
And you don't raise that budget yourself. It's just that's the budget that it's divvied up for commercial time or whatever.
Or what we could do is take a lot of that money that gets spent on these super PACs. Like we could keep super PACs, and what we would do is consolidate them into one giant super PAC, and then any politician from anywhere of any socioeconomic background, any education level could run. And the amount, like they all get fair treatment. Like you can get the same amount of commercial spaces, you get the same amount of like, you can do like a press tour and shit like that. You can use these resources that are publicly funded to allow each respective candidate to promote themselves as they see fit, but they don't have to come out of pocket for it, and they also can't amass a certain amount.
Yeah, that's what I just said. No, but
is that what you just said?
Yes, I'm saying everyone gets the same, like it's a certain amount provided, like 20, let's just, for example, 2,500 each person. Okay, boom, 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 boom. But that's not because they had contributors, fundraisers, or anything like that. That's the budget allocated for an election.
I gotcha.
So through the government, and that's all they get. Okay, you run, and then everyone gets equal airtime regardless of whatever influence. There's no commercials, these smear commercials or anything. It's just debates and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna be hard either way. But the first step is getting fucking money out of politics, dude.
I really
Can't
like
have
I really like your
someone.
idea of like getting rid of commercials and shit like that all in general. And just if it was based purely on one's ability to debate and actually like, I think another thing that we could stand to do too is make it a law where if you run on a specific platform and you say you're going to do certain things, legally you should be held to those statements that you made. Like anything that puts you in office, if you go and you win some type of public office through the means that they usually do by promising certain things to their constituents, they should have to make good on it. They should have to be held accountable, and they should have to prove that they've gone through the necessary steps to try and accomplish something that they said that they were going to do in their campaign.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like Bill Hicks had a joke. I think it was Bill Hicks that had that joke that was like, all these presidents before they get elected, they're running. They say we're going to do this in the first 100 days, this first, all that stuff, and then the first day they get in there and the guy from the CIA drops a folder down in front of them and it has the pictures of who really killed Kennedy, fucking
Oh yeah,
the aliens at Area 51 and stuff like
the
being like,
10
hey,
years room, the room or the presentation that puts 10 years onto your life.
yeah, like, oh, here's the real power in this country. You're just gonna hang out for 4 to 8 years.
Yeah, play ball.
I've been doing this for 25 years, so I know everything.
That's
So
that's another big problem too. These people retain, like the people that actually do have influence and power, man, they retain their posts.
Yeah, I mean, politicians should have a term like, I mean, presidents do, but Congress doesn't. Like, you could be a lifetime politician.
Well, that in itself is poisonous, man. There's got to be term limits on everything. That's the problem. You can't have people that are that advanced in their age who are so detached from the average citizen. You can't have them in a position like that. They're no longer viable as politicians and as representatives.
No. Yeah, I mean, you have a career politician, they started at one income bracket and then suddenly are worth tens, maybe even in some cases hundreds of millions of dollars. As a politician, a civil servant,
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Who are we fooling? This person's worth $100 million just as a politician their whole life. How does that happen?
It's just crazy to think that there's so many people in Congress right now. There's so many elected officials in Congress that were around and they were in positions of power during the times when there were like separate water fountains and shit like that. These people have just been playing ball their entire careers and like gotten themselves into these like crazy positions. They're almost like a bunch of miniature Emperor Palpatines. That's what Congress reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of fucking Palpatines, dude.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking Palpatines, dude. Just wait and fucking be like,
yeah, fucking stupid lightning fingers.
Yeah,
those gnarled fingertips.
Man. Like the most powerful part of the dark side is just fucking shooting shit out of your fingers. Like,
I don't know if that could be considered the most powerful part of the dark side. That's like a fairly introductory thing.
It seems to be their thing, though. Like,
oh, it's most certainly their thing. But the most powerful, dark side user was said to be able to like create life and resurrect the dead and shit. Which like fair enough. In the newest one, like the Emperor proves that he's able to create life, like how he created Snoke and all that other shit, which I don't know how much people want to buy into the new stuff. Like, it gets a little spotty here and there, but I don't know. I try to explain things in Star Wars that are at least semi up to date and semi coherent without getting into like extended universe shit too much.
Yeah, I know. You like that stuff.
Well, yeah, I just like to go deep on it, man. I'm all about the lore and the characters, because like the franchise has been around for so long that even the most obscure characters that you barely hear about or don't hear about at all sometimes in the main universe, they have really interesting backstories, and like some of these people, man, when they write these extended universe novels, they go so deep into it, and it's like, yeah, even if you don't like Star Wars, you're sucked into the story.
I get it.
Do you?
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Was that thunder?
Yeah, dude. It was like even like 15 to 20 seconds prior to that, it was like really loud for a minute. But yeah.
Oh, dude, it's gonna come down out here. It's like it's almost almost black right now outside. That's really fucking cool.
You're on that Truvada for prep right now. Dude.
Shut up, dude. You fucking asshole.
Prep for that rain, dude, because it's coming.
Prepping for daddy's package.
But no, I get what you're saying with the Star Wars, dude. I mean,
I would hope so. You should check it out, dude. The Darth Bane trilogy, or I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's a trilogy, but the Darth Bane audiobooks are superb. They're fucking masterpieces, dude. Like, I sometimes when I'm at work, I'll pop those on instead of like Opie and Anthony or something like that. But I'm telling you, dude, like they really like it rehooked me as a fan, like, because I'm not super impressed with everything that went on in the past few years with the Star Wars franchise. So like I like to go back and kind of go into the books and shit, because they just kind of reignite that wonder and shit about the fucking Force and all that other crap. I still find myself in my adult years like being like, God damn it, why do I have to be a clerk at a liquor store? Why can't I just be a fucking Jedi? Some shit like that.
Sure. But dude, we've talked about this before. Like, they could make a great series, like a dark series out of like the gray side, dude.
They could.
Like, why wouldn't they do that?
I would shoot you in front of your mother to get a Darth Bane series or a Darth Bane movie. I'm a fucking massive fan of Darth Bane right now.
But they're not gonna do it, dude. It's owned by Disney.
I know, and that's why you're safe.
You can't get a fucking dark goddamn Star Wars movie.
And that's why you're safe right now. The minute George Lucas is like, the minute somebody shoots at him in the chest, I'm putting out a fucking Bane special. That's it, dude. You're done.
Well, he doesn't own any creative rights.
I think you might need to check your shit, sir, because he's re-involved. I know he's re-involved to some capacity. At what capacity, I'm not sure, but I read recently that he has gone back into the creative mode when it comes to the franchise.
They say, okay, you have creative input, but I mean, Disney owns this mode, dude. It don't matter, dude. So
I'm just saying,
Disney owns the fucking rights to it. They'll say, yeah, George, yeah, you can fucking put your little input in it. We're not going to listen to you, but just say what you need to say.
Woohoo! No, George. Greedo shot first. Oh. That's a bad Mickey Mouse.
I was going to say, is that Howard Stern or Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, right. That was a terrible Mickey Mouse.
Hoo-hoo, Robin.
Ooh, they're ripping me off. Fucking Robin. What an insufferable duo that is. Oh, Howard. Why am I not dead yet?
The only relief was Artie Lang for a while, and
yeah, and how they
Howard, he hasn't been good in 20 years.
Don't tell him that. Yeah, I still can't believe a man of his ilk was paid $500 million to do radio, or is currently being probably paid still $500 million or some shit, more, maybe perhaps more. Who knows?
Yeah, and he owns a large amount of the shares, I think.
Yeah, he made out in life in general, dude. I mean, could you imagine just for 1 year even being paid $500 million to do what we're doing right now? Just fucking sitting there and talking.
I would do it for 1 year and you'd never see
me. You just disappear.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I would.
See, I don't know. I've got that like quality about me to where like I'd have to see how long I could get away with it before they finally are like, before they wise up and they're like, all right, this guy's a fucking butthole. He's not saying anything we need to hear, and they just let me go. I'd have to ride it out, dude.
No. If we made that much, we'd do it for a year, and then I would just be like, dude, look, we can put this money and all like invest in places and just walk away.
In places.
Yeah, like investment.
Adam wants to open up a very specific type of bar in Thailand.
No. That's a risky investment.
You think so? I don't think it's risky at all. I think if we're thinking of the same thing, that it would be
I'm
a very
saying-
sound investment given
I'm
the
saying
loose laws.
Hospitality in general is a very risky endeavor.
That
Restaurants, hotels.
well, right
things
now
like
it
that.
is. Right now it is.
No. It always is.
Not if we're talking about the same type of business and if it's in
I
Thailand.
know what you're saying.
I'm talking about the type of business where it's just like
You can get a doggy style, you can get a ling on your side. Those are your only choices. This is my house and I get to say.
that kind of bar.
We'll have to ask Robert De Niro about that.
He really was a son of a bitch in that one.
It wasn't good.
What about me? I can't even do that fucking accent he tries to do. It's like this stupid, you can tell he's just fighting back that Brooklyn accent or whatever the fuck, trying to sound like a dickhole. And it's just at the end when he's like playing the victim after she decides to leave his ass. What about me? When's my turn for some consideration? I forget his fucking name in that movie. He has a stupid name too. But I don't know, from the get-go, when he comes in and he meets the friends of the of DiCaprio's mom, and he does that super fucking just a silly ass like lighter thing. He lights the fat chick cigarette and he's like, little trick I picked up in the Navy. That whole thing. It took me out of the movie until the first sign of abuse started coming up. Then I was like, okay, I can sit around for this.
Yeah, it's a dark movie.
Have you seen it recently or?
No, not recently.
You should, man. It's worth it.
It's been probably over a decade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if anyone
I've
out there,
seen it multiple times. No, yeah, his name, Robert or Bob De Niro's name was Dwight.
oh, that's right. Yes, Dwight. Ugh. That's one of the. I don't know that character. It's like it's a really good movie, but it's super hard to watch, and not because of like this circumstance or anything like that. It is pretty sad, I guess, if you allow yourself to get emotionally involved in it like that. But I don't know. It's just who he's trying to be in that film. Like, I know some people that are close to me that have exhibited those same behaviors before, and
Oh my God.
it kind of made it difficult for me to like keep my cool because I kept remembering certain instances from my past where like there were some congruencies with what was happening in the movie. And there were a couple of scenes where like I got actually very angry, like just I don't know how to describe it other than just like it just like hit something in me. Dwight on your lips. Yes, Rabbi. I would.
Ellen Barkin's in this movie too. She's pretty hot.
She's no, I don't know, man. She's
was
annoying.
Sexy back then. She was sexy back then.
Ellen Arkin?
Ellen Barkin.
Oh, Barkin. Ellen Barkin is not. I don't think she's that hot, dude. Not in that movie. It's just, you know what it is too. I think it's again just the character she's playing. I couldn't get it on board with that. Ellen Barkin as a ditzy abused woman just sucks. It's like I can't find a woman sexually attractive that like you watch in these scenes. She's just constantly being mistreated and like she's clearly doing an insurmountable amount of damage to her son in the process. I can't see her in any type of like sexual way in that movie.
I don't know. She's a pretty attractive lady.
Well, I mean, in that movie, you were probably more attracted to DiCaprio, right? That's more your speed. Adam likes him young and bald.
What's that?
You heard what I said.
Terrible.
Whatever. Is it still storming up there yet? Or it's like it's getting darker and darker as we speak, and I still have zero fucking rain.
Yeah, it's raining here. I mean, it looks like it's coming down. I mean, I have a line of sight right pretty much where you live, so.
Yeah. Adam likes to keep all of his bitches in sight.
But I mean, it's still dark behind me, it looks like, so.
Well, the thing that sucks dick is the fact that we live in Colorado, and Colorado, like certain, it can look like it's going to rain all day long, and you won't get shit. Literally, the wind will blow it over to the next county or the next state or whatever the fuck, and then they get the downpour. It's infuriating.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to try to attempt meteorology. Sorry, I was gonna try.
What were you gonna say? Just say it, dude, because now I want to know.
I was gonna say, the clouds, like the elevation changes once you get out of Colorado.
Okay, no, go fuck your mother, dude. I don't want to hear that. Stupid ass meteorologist
Clouds
Adam.
meet like other drafts and like, start doing weird spins and shit.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Ridiculous. Did you say call in? Dude, I actually did. I was fucking around the other day when I was doing one of the Facebook live streams, and in the description, I put call in. And like in the comments, a bunch of people were like, "What do we call on? What do we call on?" And I just let it roll. I didn't even acknowledge it at all. Just being a cunt.
That's just my point. You're a griefer, dude.
Yeah, I guess, the more we get into it, the more we talk about this and my less than favorable attributes. I guess I am kind of a griefer. I'm kind of a griefer in real life too. Especially.
That's what I'm saying. You're a griefer, dude.
Fuck you, dude. I don't like you unpackaging all these things about me in a public forum.
No, you're not really.
Shut up. I'm over here referring to my notes. I'm making sure we touched on everything I wanted to talk about. Oh, here was another. What?
Oh.
What? No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. You already made a whole thing about it. Go ahead. What do you got to say?
What I was going to do was circle back to the beginning of the stream, to kind of round things out.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, akimbo,
the
snake shot. I was thinking the snake shot sounds like if you were in Arizona, and you were buying meth, you would ask for like snake shot, like, oh, I want like snake shot brand, like that is this cool meth or something. That's all I thought was like snake shot. Like, oh, where to get the good stuff?
Well, it's a good thing you didn't say it out loud, or else it would have fucking bombed, right?
We all know that snake shot is the best meth, but like, what?
I want that snake plissken. Let me get that snake plissken, please. Anyone that smokes anything out of glass pipes, you gotta fucking.
Oh my god!
You gotta ask them some questions, dude. Oh my god, did I ever tell the story on the show about how one of my ex-girlfriends hid the fact that she was smoking pills from me for like a year? Did I ever tell you about that? Are you there?
Yeah, how was she smoking pills?
This bitch was crushing up peels, and she was putting them on tinfoil, and she was cutting a straw down and putting it in her mouth, and she would hover the lighter underneath the tinfoil and would vaporize it into the straw, and she'd just suck it in like that. She was doing it with Roxy's.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, dude, and I felt like a fucking idiot because she hid it from me for like a year, and granted, it was probably. I don't know. I try not to fault myself too much for it, because what was happening was I was in college in one town. She was in college like 4 hours away in another town, and we only saw each other like a couple of times a month. So obviously she's not smoking peels in front of me and shit like that, but I did find it odd. Like towards the end when she kind of came clean with everything, I found it odd, like every time I went over there, I would hear her like kind of rummaging around in her room really fast. Like if I was ever like coming out of the bathroom or like going down the street to the store or some shit like that, every time I came back, she would be scurrying out of her room really fast and stuff like that. So I'm like, I didn't put it together at first, because obviously nobody expects their significant other to be smoking peels. It's just not. It's not usually what happens. Oh, that sucks, Rabbi. He said, every time it rains, birds shit on my car. That sucks. Well, hopefully.
Wait, after?
Yeah, that's what it says. Every time it rains, birds shit on my car.
Yep. They get out. They get excited after the rain.
That's why I don't do anything with my car.
They gotta fucking take a dump on it like an ass.
Yeah, exactly. Birds are just cunts. I don't know. Fuck birds. But I don't know. That's why I don't do shit to my car, dude. I don't wash it or anything like that. It's already seen enough. I don't need to like put it through all that. It's not, if I washed my car, it's not going to look any better. The paint job's spotty at best. And it's just, the car was made in the early 90s. Like, what the fuck am I doing out here trying to show it off? Yeah. So I don't get all that good pussy it's just waiting out there for guys that drive cars like that.
You're gonna put it through some drama, dude.
I need to get a sick ass exhaust system for it so I can sound like every other fucking butthole out there.
Snake shot.
People with loud exhausts. Every time I hear that loud like wah in traffic and shit, and it's always coming out of the back of some beat down Toyota or like a beat down Civic or something like that. And it's just, when you look at the guys driving those cars, they all look like they have kids they're not paying for. They have that same fuckboy kind of appearance. They're usually wearing like a Monster Energy hat or something like that.
Dude, I remember in high school, we were driving along. My buddy had like wasn't a Geo Metro. I can't fucking remember. Maybe it was some type of a Geo or something. I don't know.
Geo Metros rule.
It wasn't that small, but the muffler fell off the day before, but we went out to a party and we were fucking wasted. We were drinking beers. We were on the way back, drinking beers in the car.
Road sodas?
Well, this is all a story. It's not real anyways. It's for the show.
Shut up. It's fucking anonymous Adam over here.
There's a cop going the other way, and he pulled us over because the muffler was too loud.
Yeah.
We had like beers literally in our laps. And he came over, he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah." My buddy was driving. He's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get that taken care of tomorrow." Like, all right.
I would have.
What the fuck are we doing? Like, did he not see the beers, or he didn't acknowledge it?
I would have loved it if he came in and he just kind of like peered into the window and he's looking into the car and he just goes, "Well, boys, looks like we got a problem. It's up to you boys how we solve it." And he just starts lightly patting his fly. And you boys just get lined up on the side of the road and have to service this man's gift with your mouths.
Robert De Niro fantasy over here.
Shut up! It's no fantasy, dude. I'm telling you, that's just how I wish it would have happened for you. Maybe it would have humbled you. You'd have been you would have been better off for, for the experience. You wouldn't be so.
I believe
pithy.
you would call that a fantasy. So you just said it was no fantasy.
It's not. No, I'm just saying that. I'm saying it should happen. It's a scenario. It's a scenario, not a fantasy.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, back to my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend smoking pews.
Yeah.
So check this out. She showed me some of her paraphernalia, because what happened was, the whole reason it came to light that this was happening in the first place, what brought this about was the fact that I get a phone call one day from one of her friends. It was actually her roommate at the time. And I'm just hanging out in front of my house, and I was like skateboarding with one of my buddies. I was like, it was like a year before I moved here. So I'm just kind of like getting in my last, like, I knew I was moving at that point. So I was getting in my last like hangout sessions. I was like going out and skateboarding and doing shit I used to do with my buddies and stuff. And I get this call and her friend's crying on the phone. She's freaking out. She's like, "Yo, so-and-so has been arrested." And I'm like, "Fuck, dude, what happened?" So apparently my girlfriend at the time was, she was drunk driving and high on pews driving around Main Street, like in this little university town that she was in, and she had run a left turn light into oncoming traffic, and she ran into this chick, and apparently this lady was pregnant, and luckily it was at a low enough speed to where nothing happened to the lady or like the baby or anything like that. But what happened was, the cops arrive on scene and she won't get out of the car, and they go to like take her out of the car, and apparently she had like a big handle of tequila open between her legs, and she had like pills on her, and she had like tin foil that had pill residue on it and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, dude. And so she got, and this is another thing too. This is another thing that pisses me off about the world we live in. But she was an attractive girl from a wealthy family. So like her family, she didn't go to jail. She didn't do any type of community service or any type of crazy shit like that. Her parents basically just kind of threw a bunch of money at the town and at the and for her defense and everything like that. And she basically got off in the time it would take for like a summer break to occur. So like 2 months went by, and then after that 2 months went by, her record just completely got erased.
Yeah.
Whereas you and I, dude, that would have been it, dude. They would have fucking put us in a stupid ass prison. We'd be taking it down to the bag in the showers, or at least I probably would. I don't know. You've got that Ukrainian rage. You'd be like Viggo Mortensen in that fucking in that banya.
Yeah, if there's water to like banya type of stuff, saunas, showers.
Yeah.
It's like can't fuck.
And that's your natural habitat. That's where you're most comfortable fighting.
Correct.
That would be some bullshit, man. Dude, you think we've been on for an hour now. What do you say we play some goddamn video games while we still got some time?
Yeah, dude.
Because cue that Muzak. Thank you guys for joining us for our first YouTube hangout. Really appreciate you guys being here for us. And if you could just give the stream a like, and if you could give us a subscribe if you enjoyed it. Just share it with some friends. All that bullshit. We're still a blossoming young show, and we appreciate all the support we can get. And if you guys are interested, download our back catalog of episodes anywhere podcasts are found. Just search Brass Tacks Podcast, and we should be there. And if we're not, you need to email us at therealbrasstacks@gmail.com and let us know so that we can go fucking knock down some doors. We want to be everywhere. But until... Yeah. But we'll be coming back with a new episode tomorrow, so keep a lookout, and really appreciate you guys again showing up for all this business. Thank you, Rabbi. Appreciate you, brother. You guys have a great night and stay safe out there. Until next time, peace.